Hi, everyone. Great to be here. So my name is Chetan Nandakumar, and I'm the head of product for Gensyn. And we're building a decentralized compute protocol for machine learning training and fine-tuning. And I want to give a little bit of intro. So my talk's going to be fairly quick, and I'm going to have some time for questions. But I want to give a little bit of an intro or overview of the vision that we're building for. We feel that right now we're at a very, very critical inflection point with the internet and with technology and with society. Specifically, we believe that the internet for the last 20 to 30 years has essentially been an information sharing network. And right now we're at this interesting juncture where it's transitioning into being an intelligence coordination sort of network. And this is a really, really profound shift. And if we want to sort of unpack that a little bit and really understand what does it mean for the internet to be an intelligence coordination network, the best way to understand that is to really look at a few things. One is that in a few years, probably even sooner than that, the main users of the internet will not be humans, but are going to be agents. And they will be interacting, they'll be learning from each other, they will be retraining themselves, they'll be exchanging value in different ways. And this type of transition, we believe, is going to unlock a tremendous amount of productivity for everybody. Anywhere from a 10x to 100x and even 1,000x unlocking of productivity. Because each one of these agents is going to be doing a variety of different types of tasks for end users, like you and myself. So this is going to transform business. It's going to transform the way we engage with our personal lives, a whole variety of things. So it says, I know a few people have already spoken about agents already, but to make it a little bit more concrete, this means that suppose on a personal level, if you want to throw a party, you could ask the agent to create a graduation party for you. And it'll do the research online, it will talk to your friends, it will find a good date, and it will then confirm the date and have the party actually happen. And it may, in the middle of that, actually be able to coordinate and negotiate on your behalf with party halls and with food vendors and the whole 9 yards. And we see that basic principle can translate all across business, all across people's personal lives, and basically means that an hour of time that you currently have will be able to be magnified into 10 hours or 100 hours or 1,000 hours. And what that really unlocks is really hard for us to really understand. And so with that large vision, there are many different components of a technical stack that would make that vision actually possible. And many of the people who are building different components are in this room and speaking today. From the AI perspective, we need inference, we need training, we need data, we need governance, we need a whole variety of different technologies which can essentially interact with one another. And so at Gensyn, our passion is training. And we believe that we need to really, the internet needs a verifiable compute protocol where anyone can create a job, to farm it to the protocol, and then can trust the results. And the blockchain world has really pioneered this idea of trustless compute, that without having to lay trust in a human being or an organization, you can trust the output of a computation. And so we're bringing the same principles to ML model training and fine-tuning. So the way that the Gensyn protocol will work is that it will be a decentralized protocol that uses blockchains, and a user will be able to essentially send it a job, and that means essentially they could select, let's say, a foundation model, an open source foundation model. They'll be able to select certain hyperparameters for that training. They'll be able to select certain training data that'll be sent to the protocol, where it will farm out that job to one or multiple GPUs that are part of our network. And then after the job is complete, it'll be verified, and then those results will come back to the user. And we believe this type of decentralized and trustless protocol will be critical for agents in the future to be able to constantly retrain themselves. But it also has a lot of value for Web2 users and current users right now. So when we look at a decentralized approach, specifically with training and fine-tuning, what this offers is a few key advantages. The first advantage is that it opens up supply. Just like Airbnb sort of open up supply for spare rooms that could be monetized, we believe that a decentralized approach can do the exact same for spare GPUs on the internet. So that's number one. Number two is access. That we believe that we can engage with a lot more. It'd be much easier to get access to high-quality GPUs. And then third is that we can repurpose a variety of different types of existing GPUs for these types of AI learning and fine-tuning tasks. And so we are currently building our DevNet. We're going to be launched in about, with kind of a private beta in about 6 months, and we're going to be doing a lot of user testing with select users, and specifically people who are startups or people who are training or fine-tuning machine learning models. And we are going to be, and so if you are interested, if you're in that camp, I'd love to chat, so please find me at the end of the talk. And from there, we hope to just really expand to a lot of different types of ML training. And we believe that this type of layer could be a real piece of infrastructure on the internet, just like TCP/IP is right now, where anyone can easily exchange information. We believe that anyone should be able to train compute and fine-tune compute. So that's about it. I'm happy to take any questions for folks who are interested. Yes.
Yes, I'm the founder of Gen AI, and when we're bringing these kind of complex, building tools and frameworks to girls in emerging economies, we need to condense and keep it as simple with the governance as possible. So this is where we're having a challenge, and we would love to understand, like, how does one, from an array of these foundation models, choose the right ones for the use cases that we're building for grassroots? And that will be applicable to, of course, emerging economies where masses are, and we proliferate the right data. That's the goal at the end of it. So when we see the big tech itself is not getting it right in most cases, like how do we take these kind of skilling opportunities to girls in emerging economies?
Okay. So specifically, you're looking at how do you find the right models that would be appropriate for that workforce? And so what are their specific needs? Why is it that current models aren't working for them?
Absolutely. So when we train for models in, say, India, closer home, so we have, for the 1.5 billion population that we are, the 1,300 pediatric surgeons can't take the load of these, diseases that are coming through children, right? So we're trying to reduce the automation assistant load for these particular doctors. And most of them are very much inclined on Ayurveda, which is a specific field to India. But when you see the data sets, they're mostly trained on the Western Hemisphere. So that's where we see the gap, and garbage in is garbage out. So how does one ensure that maybe we can build custom-based data sets, but it will take time to get those right outputs. So just anything on that side where the governance frameworks and these kind of data issues can be battled.
Yeah, great question. I think your question is more really for the open source community in general. Yes. And one of the, there's a lot of excitement around AI right now, but to be honest, we're really in the early innings of this sort of industry. And so we really need just more people adapting data sets, training AI models in new ways. And I know that India has a great advantage that there's a lot of tech in India. And so I would really encourage local organizations or people to take open source models and to train them, to fine-tune them, to build their own homegrown versions, which incorporate data sets which make sense for the Indian community. Yeah. Anyone else? Well, great. Well, it's a pleasure to be here, and thank you all for listening.